Have you ever wondered why you can spend hours on TikTok, but you can't read 2 pages of a book without yawning? Why replying to one message seems like a feat, but watching an entire season of a show in an evening is easy? Spoiler: it's not about laziness. You're trapped, not in a prison, not in chains, but something far more devious, something invisible, something your brain loves. Welcome to the dopamine trap. Let's start with the hard truth. Your brain isn't designed to be productive. It's designed for survival. And survival is about avoiding pain and seeking pleasure. That's where dopamine comes in. Dopamine is the do-it-again chemical signal. It's not just a pleasure hormone, it's a motivation hormone. It's what makes you reach for your phone first thing in the morning. It turns on YouTube when you're supposed to be doing homework. It makes you check notifications like your life depends on it. Because your brain has been hacked, and the people who did it are wearing logos. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Netflix, Pornhub. All of these platforms run on the same fuel, dopamine shots. The more you succumb to them, the deeper you get buried. And as a result, real life becomes uninteresting. Here's what no one tells you. The more you chase dopamine, the less it works, like sugar. First bite, you're high. 20th bite, you're sick of it. Same thing with dopamine. When you overload your brain with fast pleasures, it stops responding to slow ones. And that's why reading feels like torture. Studying feels like hell. Working out feels impossible. Your brain has become spoiled. Think of your attention as a muscle. Right now, it's atrophied. Social media hasn't just killed concentration. It's retrained your brain to demand instant rewards. If something doesn't get you high in 3 seconds, your brain says, boring, move on. But real life doesn't work that way. Anything that truly makes you proud, successful, confident, takes time, effort, and difficulty. And your dopamine-dependent brain can't handle the difficulties anymore. How to get out of this trap? I'll show you how to do it easily in 5 steps. Step 1. Recognize where the trigger is. Start noticing when you reach for your phone. When you're bored? When you're stressed? When you're anxious? That's when the trap is triggered. Catch it, and don't fight it. Redirect it. Instead of TikTok, open notes and write a single sentence. Instead of Netflix, go for a 10-minute walk. Instead of Instagram, drink some water and take 5 deep breaths. Yes, it sounds silly. That's the whole point. You're retraining your brain to find pleasure in reality. Everything that seems small and useless is exactly what works. Because the key is not to force yourself to do it by willpower, but to break the automatic connection. You don't have to remove the habit right away. You have to insert a pause between the trigger and the habit. A small, simple action that will tell the brain, we now react differently. Of course, nothing will change after one time. But if you catch the trigger and redirect the reaction at least once a day, then in a week you will feel how the sharpness of the addiction is lost. Step 2. The 2-minute rule. The hardest part of the task is getting started. So start small. Say to yourself, I'm only going to work for 2 minutes. Write 1 paragraph, do 1 push-up, read 1 page of a book. And you'll see, after 2 minutes, it won't be so scary anymore. You'll keep going. Because you started. You bypass the resistance, not by overpowering it, but by outsmarting it. Why does that work? Because it's not the task that your brain fears, it's the feeling that you're about to lose comfort forever. When you tell yourself, I'm just going to start for a couple minutes, you're not scaring it. It's like fooling the alarm system. You're not breaking down the door, you're quietly opening the window. And what matters here is not the result, but the fact of the action. You don't have to write 10 pages. But if you write 1 line every day, you are no longer a person who just wants to start. You are a person who acts. That's where a new identity begins. You're not preparing for change. You're already in the process. And your brain, seeing that you're not dead from those 2 minutes, gradually stops dreading the start. And now you no longer think how to start. You just start without internal drama. Step 3. Make procrastination uncomfortable. Right now, distraction is the easiest thing to do. Your phone is nearby, notifications are on, YouTube is already open in another tab. We need to make it inconvenient. Turn off the notifications, put your phone away in another room, use website blockers. Make it harder to get distracted than it is to focus. You don't need willpower, you need environmental design. Add physical effort to temptation. If you have to get up, walk across the room, and get your phone out of the closet, you're unlikely to do it every time out of inertia. Even a minimal obstacle breaks the automaticity. It's not a struggle. It's an override of routine. Or, for example, delete Instagram. You'll be too lazy to download it every time you go there. Put the text you're working on your desktop instead of your newsfeed. Remove bookmarks that take you away. Turn off autologin on social networks so you have to enter your password every time. It sounds petty, but it's things like this that reshape behavior. Make focusing comfortable and distractions stressful. Then you'll win not through strength, but through cunning. Step 4, nullify the dopamine threshold. It's complicated, but it works. One day, no social media, no sugar, no noisy music, no games, just silence. A walk, a book, nature. At first it'll be withdrawal, but by evening you'll feel something strange. Clarity. It's like your brain is out of the fog. You start thinking again, feeling. Control yourself. Do it once a week, and you'll start to notice your focus returning. Your motivation comes back. You come back. It's on days like this that you start to taste the simple things again. The warmth of the sun, the quiet, the pleasure of a simple walk. It's like your brain reboots and you realize how stunned you've been by the constant stimulation. This is your reset point. The more often you give yourself this silence, the easier it will become to focus and do the important things. It's not resting, it's cleaning up your operating system. Step 5. Replace pleasure with progress. One of the main reasons you snap and go back to endless scrolling is because you're trying to just give up old pleasures, but you're not giving yourself new ones. And the brain doesn't work in a void. It will always look for where it's easier, more pleasurable, simpler. And if you don't offer it an alternative, it will go back to where it's easy. So don't just remove the dopamine triggers. Replace them with a sense of progress. Don't tell yourself, I'm not sitting on TikTok anymore. Say, I'm moving forward and I see it every day. The brain needs a sense of victory, so give it that. Make a list of tasks and cross off the completed ones. It works more powerfully than it looks. Keep a habit tracker, even the simplest one. Celebrate what you did today, even if it's just 20 minutes of work or 3 pages of a book. In the evening, write out one thought you learned during the day. Even a small thing is already a movement forward. Most importantly, capture your movement. Make it visible, tangible. Then your brain will begin to associate the effort with satisfaction. And at some point, you'll catch yourself not reaching for the phone anymore because you feel good enough. That's when you get out of the dopamine trap. Not because you've gotten over it, but because you've built a new system where the high is not procrastination, but real growth. Now the final blow. The system is rigged against you. Billion-dollar corporations are waging war for your attention, your time, your life. And as long as you give in to temptation, they win. Every swipe, every click is a new chain. But as soon as you notice you're caught, you can break free. This isn't about giving up technology. It's about taking back control. Because whoever controls their dopamine controls their life. So here's a question. Are you going to go scrolling again? Or will you take the first step out of the trap? The choice is yours.